Guys, Red Hot Trade here. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. I'm going to give you guys my predictions on where we're headed into the end of July and early August here, and show you guys the daily charts and my take on them. So we'll give you guys a game plan, show you guys how I think you should trade it headed forward for all my futures traders, and for my hodlers, what to expect out of your bags. So let's hop right in. In front of us, we've got Bitcoin, and right here, Bitcoin's in a pretty interesting spot. We had the local lows in April around 75K. It topped off around 112. Right now, we're making higher lows on the daily after pulling back some a few days ago, and we're looking to retest this 1.236 fib. So this isn't the first fib extension that I have marked off after the all-time highs, right? So we pushed up here. I told everybody that I was looking for that 120, 124 level in the last video, and we just came just below it, right? So we topped off around 123,500. So what I'm looking for here is maybe just a little bit more consolidation between this 112, 120 level. If we get that, we should see a pop over 121. And if 121 can hold, we should see 126. So over here at this 1.382 fib, right? And if we take our fan, we could probably see something like this happening, right? So we had that move to the top. I'd see something like this makes a lot of sense. So if we pull back to the lower end, maybe around 117, 116, and if we stay up here, it would be nice to see this middle of this pitchfork fan hold up around 121. So on the lowest end, maybe 114,000, that would fill a gap down to almost previous all-time highs. But I don't think we should see much lower than that in the coming weeks. So my idea to play this is if we can hold over that 121, then I will be looking for longs towards 126. And if we continue to reject here at 120, just below 121, then I'll be looking to play the pullback to around 117, 118. So pretty tight range, like there's nothing too news driven as far as catalysts and everything coming up. There's nothing too crazy. Some people are speculating that the Strategic Reserve might have some new policy updates within July and August, and that would probably be our biggest shot at a bullish catalyst for BTC. But I'm just keeping my eyes on the price action like I always do, right, guys? So keep an eye, see where there's lower highs, higher lows on the daily, and just play the action, right? Volume's kind of lower in the last few days, so lower volume consolidation staying above 118 is pretty wild, and kind of tells me that we're probably going to go for another leg up. So I'll be keeping these levels on watch. If you guys want to take a screenshot, welcome to. I'll give it a second here before I move on to Ethereum. All right, so Ethereum has a pretty interesting look. Sorry, dog's barking in the background. Ethereum has another pretty interesting look. We broke out of the wedge. It's been really relatively strong. We had a bunch of days of bullishness in a row, and we're going to be looking for a push up towards 4,000. That seems like likely at this point. A pullback to the middle of this pitchfork would be nice. We're having a nice red day here today, so good for dip buyers. Around 3,500 would make a lot of sense. So if we can get around a 35, maybe even on the low end 34, and give another push up here to 4,500, 47, would be ideal for holders. But great dips, here if you're looking for dips to long. Sorry about the dogs in the background. Must be seeing somebody. But yeah, so it looks good here. We broke above. I think a good hold would be over 3,700 to stay bullish. But for now, I'm looking for a retracement at this middle pitchfork, right? Solana has another pretty interesting look here. It was lagging the move on the other main coins at first, but now we're starting to see it get bullish again. So if this can hold up above 190, 186 level, maybe even retrace this middle pitchfork around 177, 175, then I'd look for another move, something like this. Some move to bounce off this middle pitchfork and send us to the upper pitchfork around 270, 275. So if we can get that, should be a good dip buy if we're looking for dip buys around Solana. And it'll just show that that previous resistance is turning into support. So previous resistance flipping into support, always good, always a bullish signal. And for our last chart here, we're going to be taking a look at XRP. XRP is touching its middle fork right now, its pitchfork. And that would put us just above, or we're just below the previous all-time highs at 340. We're at 325. It's a healthy pullback here. I'm going to look for this to continue to hold. If we stay above this on the daily here, we should see another push up towards this third pitchfork or fourth pitchfork around $4. So I'm going to be looking to grab some longs here really soon if we can hold up. If not, then I'd be looking to retest this middle pitchfork probably somewhere around $3, and then I would really slam long, right? So looking for some higher targets towards the end of the year around $5, but that would take some, the ETF news to come out sooner than later and major inflows coming in. So ETF the XRP has that SEC lawsuit, hoping that gets resolved soon. That would probably be pretty big for catalyst-wise. Banking charter has some progress, and the ETF approval odds are likely to see XRP pass 350 if that goes through, right? So just some few things like catalyst-wise that we're looking at on XRP, the strategic reserve on Bitcoin. There's a lot of ETF inflows on Ethereum, and Solana has ETF approvals as well. There's new staking adoption, ecosystems growing, and it's a high beta contender with all the rest of the coins kind of having their day in the sun in the past couple weeks. So potential for 250, 275 is growing on Solana, and potential for a good pullback on XRP too. So that's about it for me today, guys. I'll come back to you guys with more frequent updates going forward. I just wanted to say that pretty much all of the predictions from the last video, if you want to go back and check that out, have come true in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, we're staying on top of price action. Make sure to join the free Telegram, links in the description of this video, and get signals and sign up with my code on Blowfin, RHT, if you want a free $100 deposit bonus, and my code on BTCC which is Red Hot, REDHOT, and you get a $100 signing bonus there as well. So come trade with us any day. It is free. And get some free money to do it. All right, guys, thank you for the support as always. And this was Red Hot. I'll be back soon. Peace.